And we wanted to explore America's underworld. And what freeganism really is the idea that during that summer we ate 3 meals a day out of food made from dumpsters. And that sounds really intense and all that stuff, but actually, once you start doing it, you realize that there's all this great packaged food, you know, and we would hit Knight's dumpsters, like the Whole Foods dumpsters, and there's all this great packaged food. And so, you know, we saw this group, this one collective we lived with, a group would wake up at 5:30 in the morning, they'd go to the dumpster, the Whole Foods or the Trader Joe's dumpster, they'd get some great food out of that, bring it back in a garbage bag, and another group was waiting to take the food and make breakfast. And by 8 o'clock in the morning, there was breakfast for 120 people. And they did that not only for breakfast, but lunch and dinner.
I find that very admirable, but Zal said, you know, Patty, could you do this? I said, I could maybe go camping.
I wanted to take Patty on this trip. Can we still go camping, though, by the way?
I can lash a tripod.
What'd you say?
I can lash a tripod, and that's not a metaphor. I'm not kidding you. Does anyone here know how to lash?
What does that mean?
3 sticks, and you lash them together as a tripod. You put a bowl in it, and you wash your face. You see? All right, you see?
This is what it was like every day on set. Patty claims I was tough on her on set. I would just be like, Patty, it's a very low budget movie. We don't have time.
You don't take time.
Well, in terms of living the experience, I mean, did you guys spend a lot of time in that house in making the film?
Toby Kebbell, who played Doc. Didn't you guys like him, the doctor? Yes, he's amazing. He wanted to go live in that house, and I was like, Toby, there's no electricity at night. That was a alternative lifestyle nightclub in Shreveport that we transformed into that house. It was in the middle of a city. Yeah. That's the production designer, Alex DiGirolando. He also did a movie, you guys might have heard of it, called Beasts of the Southern Wild. He's talented.
All right, let's get another question. Yes? Would you ever go back to... How would you feel going back to that lifestyle?
Every day, any day. I'd go back any day of the week. One of the greatest things that we experienced was that by the end of the summer, Britt and I weren't afraid anymore. And removing fear from your life is a really nice thing. And it's just slowly crept back in. So to finish answering your question, because you asked me what I want this film to do, I just think that we don't have that many answers, but we have a lot of questions. And I think if it can just start a conversation, that'd be great, you know, to talk about a lot of these issues.
That's what I think the beauty of this film is. It has raised a lot of questions already everywhere we go. It's, I mean, so many of you have stayed tonight. It has raised so many, like, it's nice to see an intelligent film.
It's nicer to see an intelligent audience.
Yes, over there.
Thank you so much for being here. To Ms. Page and Ms. Clarkson, do you have any advice? Like, I heard Britt talking on the Sundance Channel about how she was frustrated as an actress, not being able to get the roles she wanted. She didn't have the control over the filmmaking, and that's beautiful how she made this movie with you and you wrote it together. But how would you, what suggestions would you have from your long careers getting started, trying to get in, trying to do your best work when you aren't the one in control?
Question about getting started as an actor.
I don't know. You know, it's strange because for me, it was, you know, a bit of a fluke when I was a kid in Canada. Canadian tuxedo.
Ellen had to explain to me what that is.
Yeah. Like, is it red and white? And I was like, no, it's all denim. So when I was 10, it was like sort of it was an accident, you know? It just happened. And I was told a lot when I was 10, 11, 12 and working on a TV show in Canada. You know, oh, this isn't going to happen. Like, you realize that. Like, this isn't your future, so keep up your grades, keep playing soccer, et cetera, et cetera. And I was like, cool, you know, it was like a hobby, it was something fun. But then when I was 15, I made a movie, and for the first time felt something inside of me that I couldn't explain shift. And the feeling was like so powerful, and I didn't fully understand it, and it moved me so much that I just kept wanting to chase that feeling and do everything I could to get it again. And so I just, I was also extremely fortunate to work with so many incredibly talented Canadian people in the independent Canadian film community, which is really incredible. So that was a huge, huge gift. But when that hit me, I just decided to do everything I could to learn more about what that mysterious feeling was, try to learn how to harness it, and try to learn how to use it and manipulate it and adjust it. If that's what acting is, I'm not sure, but do you know what I'm saying? So I just did everything I could to try and make that happen. And I moved out when I was 16, and I moved to Toronto, and I worked, and I went to school, and I just worked hard, you know? And I just had this idea and then some self-discipline and went and just worked. And I was also just really fortunate. And often when I wanted to do something, it happened, and that didn't happen all the time. So there's a lot of disappointment and a lot of learning to let go, which is actually a really wonderful thing to learn constantly. You constantly learn that.
You lost Juno.